Here's why you're never making it to Celestial with Iron Fist. You'll know how to use Iron Fist towards the end of this video. Unlike most duelists who use range attacks, Iron Fist gets up close and personal, and a lot of you wannabes can't handle this pressure. Check the description for notes on this, by the way. What's up? I'm Bray and I've hit Celestial by solo queuing with trash teammates, and if I can make it, you can make it too. Now the number one way you can make it on Iron Fist is actually targeting supports. Oops, more on this in a bit. You always want to use your triple jumps and wall runnings to start your fights. You always want to start off wall running off a wall and triple jumping. This isn't what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear, okay? Now you preferably want to jump above and behind the enemy than above and in front the enemy. The most reliable way to start a fight and to approach the enemy is from behind, because if you triple jump and wall run in front of them, they'll obviously see you coming and try to kill you. You get no value. This strategy is really great for offense. Set up on the high ground or behind the enemy and scout for isolated targets. Keep this in mind, isolated targets. More on who to target in a bit. On defense, you always want to remember to stay near walls, especially when you're not engaged, so you can position yourself to push back your attackers. Now we'll talk more about when to attack your when to actually start your attack in a bit. For now, positioning. You want to position yourself close enough to your team so you can get healing, but far enough so you can get off angles. Your main job on defense is to hold areas where you can quickly engage on your enemies and then retreat into safety. Yeah, you're going to be running away from fights, you freaking bum. Now the best way to start your fights and to start your attacks is to use your team's pressure. I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. Going in alone and starting fights by yourself when your team isn't in the fight, just wall running, you're feeding, dude, into the enemy. This is your main reason why you're never making it to Celestial on Iron Fist. You always want to wait for your frontline tanks to go into the fight and confirm kills. But if they're taking a while, and let's say you see they're not going in, then jump in, apply pressure on their healers or an isolated target, more on this in a bit, and get them to look away from their team and onto you. When the healers look at you instead of healing their team, you're always going to get more value than trying to overcommit to a fight and try to get that kill, then you end up dead. It's stupid and it's mad embarrassing. I hate you niggas. Hey, Big Biscuit 553, I'm never gonna forget you, bro. Look, this is a big mistake Iron Fist players make. Overcommitting to fights by themselves when you need to remember that creating space and forcing the enemy to look at you even without securing a kill is still providing value for your team, because they can push forward and then you can actually get in there and get a kill and overcommit. Now when your team does push forward, there's a couple of broken combos you can do, like the infinite air glitch. More on that in a bit. Quiz time! If you're going against an isolated Luna Snow and a backline Storm, which one do you think you should kill? The backline Luna or the backline Storm or the isolated Luna Snow? 3, 2, 1. If you said Luna Snow, you're wrong, and this is why you're never making it to Celestial. Look, you want to go for the isolated target in the back line, because Luna Snow is going to turn around and heal that Storm. Storm is in the back line. The Luna Snow is now facing behind her and onto the Storm, and so she's missing out on healing for other people, for the enemy. So you're getting value not only for DPS looking at you, but also a healer focusing you too. Now look, any separated enemy is a prime target, regardless if they're a DPS, a tank, a mother freaking healer. More on tanks in a bit. Look, Iron Fist is the best in 1v1 situations. Isolated targets are first when it comes to target priority, no matter the role. Second is support characters. Obviously, most of the supports don't have any mobility. Look at Adam Warlock, Cloak and Dagger without her cloak escape. Luna Snow without her going forward ability. Now look, this makes them really vulnerable, and eliminating them removes healing from the team. Even if you just pressure them and don't secure the kill and just have them look at your booty cheeks, you are literally gonna, this is the difference between a Celestial Iron Fist and a Gold Iron Fist, alright? Look, do this in a quick play game and tell me how it goes. Third is going to be Flying Heroes, because Iron Fist can literally chase down Iron Mans in Storm with his broken eye air mobility. Don't be afraid to 1v1 them, because you'll win. But remember not to overcommit. Remember, just putting on that pressure for him and having them look at you is going to be infinitely more valuable than getting a kill and overcommitting. In the no-go zone are going to be ranged heroes like Hela, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, and Bucky. They're really vulnerable up close, but they're way too dangerous to win 1v1s reliably, because they're not only going to be with their team, but they're also going to be really hella good. Alright, buddy? And Bucky's going to stun you, Hela's going to bird form, and Hawkeye's going to freaking bow and area. Alright? So look, if you do find them isolated, close the gap quickly with your kick or by triple jumping in front of their face and dodging them. Alright? You'll come out on top, but only catch them if they're isolated, okay? You never want to catch them grouped up. Now, the last is going to be the tanky tank vanguards, okay? Now, you can use Iron Fist's Dagger Fist ability where he's ooda-ooda-ooting, where he's punching really fast, but you're going to be really vulnerable and easier to kill. So the only time to target the enemy tank is when you have your team to help you and they can support you enough to heal you from when you do use the spammy Iron Fist ability, okay? Now, a secret combo that you probably don't know is Iron Fist's Infinite Air combo, okay? Now, you want to basic attack 3 times and jump. Basic attack 3 times, then jump. Basic attack 3 times, then jump, and finish it off with a kick. Did you know if you kick on Iron Fist, if the enemy's health is at 50%, it's going to do bonus damage? Try that out in your next quick play game. If you found this helpful so far, be sure to subscribe too. Iron Fist's biggest weakness is his lack of range options and his cooldowns for survivability. With his Dragon Defense and K-Lun Kick on cooldown, he's going to be really vulnerable. So the heroes to look out for are going to be Penny Parker. She's going to make no-go zones with her nest and drones. Wolverine is also a slept-on counterattack for Iron Fist because he has a lot of health, a little second life, and his lunge can stun Iron Fist. And Loki's clones are going to waste Iron Fist's time, especially if you could stand still. God. Luna Snow's freeze ability is great too, just for stopping an Iron Fist's confidence and momentum. And it's going to make him an easy eye target. If you don't want to do any of these, if you don't want to go Loki or Luna Frost or anything, now a coordinated team and hopping in comms are going to be Iron Fist's greatest counter. An overwhelmed Iron Fist is going to be a dead Iron Fist. Alright, buddy? So yeah, do the best you can with that. Remember, Iron Fist can't just go into team fights like a magic, but always does way better isolating targets and 1v1ing them. Subscribe for more, and you're going to make it to Celestial on Iron Fist.